Guys, it's Mo from Mo in the Deep End, and we have some pop culture news. And first, let me tell you what, C.S. Lewis and, the his Narnia books meant to little Mo. Little Mo had a hard time learning how to read. But once I did, and I was given, I think, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And when I learned that, learning to read would open up all of these worlds of magic, and I saw the symbolism, the kind of, oh my goodness, he must be talking about the Bible or this, that, and the other. And I put things together. C.S. Lewis and the books, The Chronicles of Narnia, opened up an entire world of loving to read, of loving to explore the world through different authors. And now we have this chick from Barbie who is going to be, I am sure, dumping the corpse of C.S. Lewis under her modern audience message propaganda and rolling him over like a freight train. And I kind of have a sick feeling in my stomach. Look, I know everyone has their own thing that they feel like is the sacred thing that shouldn't be touched. And honest to goodness, Chronicles of Narnia, we had two-ish really good movies about 10, 15 years ago with a really good Alanis Morissette song. Look, if you haven't heard Wonderkind from Alanis Morissette and you were a fan, just do it. It was awesome. And if you're not a fan, just do it anyway. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a weirdo who wears wigs on the internet and says things. Don't do anything I say. But I am getting a pit in my stomach that the Chronicles of Narnia will now become a skin suit to push whatever it is, the modern audience, more inclusive, more diverse, the message that must be reported. So let's go into this article and pray that I'm wrong. Mo could be wrong. Two things can be true at the same time. Maybe Greta had a great big old agenda for Barbie and not one for C.S. Lewis. I'm clinging desperately to the hope, but current year Hollywood has not disabused me of the fact that this is probably a futile hope and I should give up and, start just rewatching the classics. Greta Gerwig is, quote, properly scared, end quote, of directing Narnia movies after Barbie. I'm terrified of it. It's extraordinary. Now, this article is from June 21st, 2020, or July 21st, 2023. So, I mean, these movies are still in production, still in the early stages. The writer's strike and the actor's strike have put things back fairly big time. Fiberto, whoever put squeakers in dog toys, I have only one thing to say to you. Because, oh my gosh, squeakers and dog toys, why? Although rumors had circulated online for months, it wasn't until a recent New Yorker profile that confirmation arrived regarding Greta Gerwig tackling the Chronicles of Narnia film adaptations for Netflix. Gerwig is reportedly attached to direct two movies based on the famous C.S. Lewis fantasy novels. Quote, I haven't even really started wrapping my arms around it, but I'm properly scared of it, which feels like a good place to start. Gerwig told Total Film Podcast via Entertainment Weekly about entering Narnia. Quote, I think when I'm scared, it's always a good sign. Maybe when I stop being scared, I'll be like, maybe I shouldn't do that one. No, I'm terrified of it. It's extraordinary and exciting. Ma'am, you should be. And I say this not as, I don't want to say this as a gatekeeper, as threatening, but C.S. Lewis was a phenomenal writer. He was able to convey to children, different moral lessons in a very easy way to understand, which is actually quite difficult. To make complex moral issues and, very compelling sort of situations easy to grasp for children is not easy. It's not easy. And for, C.S. Lewis to go and make an entire world, he was, you are standing on the shoulders of geniuses. And I hope that for once, someone rebooting a beloved IP would actually remember that instead of, look, it was a product of its time and we have to, correct things. I I really can't stand that anymore. This man wrote books that got me into reading. C.S. Lewis, a man who dealt with heartbreak and, sadness and horrible things in his life, wrote incredibly hopeful and wonderfully imaginative books that gave a little Mo, who was struggling to learn how to read, a foothold into literacy. And it really does have a special place in my heart. And look, we all have that one, IP. It could be Dragon Ball Z, it could be Narnia, it could be Lord of the Rings, it could be Star Wars. We all had that one that got little you and me, interested in something and made us feel something great when we were little or maybe down. And when people come in from Hollywood, from Hollyweird, and want to use it as a skin suit, we get quite pissed off. I'm tired of being told that I have internalized misogyny or I'm an ist or a phobe because I would like you to recognize that you are not the creator of this intellectual property, that you didn't make this out of your own pain, your own experiences, your own life values. I and this series is deeply, deeply Catholic. It's deeply Catholic, it's deeply religious, and if they try to divorce that from this film, I think you're going to have a lot of issues. And like I said, I hope that if she's properly terrified of this, then she's actually going to take the time to consider C.S. Lewis as a proper, I stand upon the shoulders of giants. But I don't get this from this chick. I see her as he had dangly bits and was Christian, must destroy. At least that's what, we got the Barbie movie, which could have been a fun romp about, Barbie dolls, but instead we got patriarchy bad and I am Knuff, which, whatever, that's fine. You're the director. But let me tell you, people have a soft spot for Narnia, and it's deeply religious. C.S. Lewis, you cannot divorce him from the theology that he believed, from the honor, from the morals that he believed. So you can't have this moral sort of, you know, wishy-washiness where you try to make the White Queen, not so evil because, oh my gosh, a man must have stolen her power in the beginning. You can't do that. You can't rewrite some of these things. There is good, there is evil, there is not, if you look at it sort of this way, it's a bit of a gray situation. This is a man who felt his faith deeply, and I've seen what's happened to, Lord of the Rings of Prime, the Rings of Power Prime, and what they've done to another very Catholic, very Christian writer, and all but divorced him from his own property. So I am not holding out hope, but I do hope that she takes, there's a little sliver of hope, but it is Netflix, so I'm sure it will be set in Compton or Louisiana. And I'm sure, it just, I can't, y'all. Narnia is one of the things where I'm just, it's a hard line in the sand. I can't. Little Mo may never have become the big old crazy Mo that y'all see today if, someone hadn't given me Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and invited me into this magical world where, I was taught lessons about honor and faith and humility and being loyal and, redemption and all sorts of things, self-sacrifice, all in one book. And I didn't even really notice I was learning those things, but I did. So if you're going to make a movie, please reflect all of those values instead of just diversity, instead of just inclusion, instead of just the message, TM, because you guys in Hollywood like to joke that, all these big old fan babies getting all upset about, things changing just a little bit. What you don't understand is there are hundreds and thousands of people with stories just like me that maybe Star Wars got them out of a dark day. Maybe, He-Man and She-Ra was the last thing they watched with their dad. Or maybe, Lord of the Rings was something they loved to do with their family. Everyone has that thing. And for you to belittle that and you to make fun of that, this is why you have lost so many of your viewers. And when you look around, calling us phobes isn't going to work anymore. Those magical words, those soft-sit words that you've tried to use now over and over again, your magical malarkey words, istanphobia and, basement dwellers and, just a small vocal segment. No, we're done. We're done. And you will continue to die out if you don't start respecting the part of the country you've walked away from because you just assume that because we don't agree with you, we're evil, immoral people, and we need to be taught better and better by you with worse and crappier skin suit movies where you take our IP. Rant over. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry, guys, I just went all ranty, but holy cow, if they screw this up, I will lose my ever frickin' mind. Fry says, I am Fry, and I have an octopus, and I would like to play now. So are you done yelling at the mean old lady who's going to ruin the thing? So on that note, I will let you guys go. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget, Donna does the nightly newsy news tonight, January 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So Donna will be reading the news. Pray for us all now and at the hour of our interface on this internets, because Donna is Donna. So watch her. Have your earbuds ready, because she cusses like a sailor. Have a great day, guys. Bye.